Yep. Make sure the theater kids don't mess us up. Good evening, good evening. This computer is being disrespectful over here. As always. Good.
Why that one? Which one's that?
Maybe that one. Let me see.
I just turned it off. Yep, we missed one.
It ain't gonna happen, but
Especially the way,
sure
you know.
nice to drink.
have people been treating you right today? I hope they have.
You know,
I don't like people disrespecting them.
I haven't. So,
Bitches,
I put things in place to
good.
Me neither.
I mean, I love her, but sometimes she's like a Nazi with like some stuff, like some woman. She's just like crazy. Yeah. What did she hit you with? Like, what would you do? How do you do her job?
And she goes, well, I just won't give her.
That's right.
You know what my saying is? Is that he gave it to me. She said, Mom, if she was nobody else speaking out loud, just say, hey, can somebody shut my door? Because I don't have a door. In other words, I mean shut your door. That means shut your damn door, because I'm hardly even know. I do too. So I told Shantae today, I said, Shantae, I said, can you shut my door? She got it, I'll make it.
Oh my God, I'm gonna get you a little sign that's like nonverbal, because some people need nonverbal prompts. It's got headphones.
Well, this is my other thing that I'll do.
That sounds good.
What is that? I was just slamming my door. Here.
Yeah, that's
Like my
right.
thing.
Oh,
Like
boy,
my
look at that.
Whoa.
Ooh, the wrath of God. The wrath of
Is he
God.
talking to us?
Is he talking to us? In my head. Living rent free, living rent free.
Oh,
my
that was
head.
loud.
All right.
Oh, look at these.
Those are cute, aren't they?
Oh, wait, Lawson Marriott Elementary School. Boom, boom, boom.
I like how loud that is.
Yes.
All the sea.
Boom, boom, boom.
Just leave it all in the way. On the table.
The chair was on it, Monica. See, you still come here to help us do our job too. Table cloth every day. But at least I got the decency to thank you for it. You know, some people won't even thank you.
Dang it.
see it so much. Did you get it? How you, Miss Oakley? Chocolate.
Huh?
Get everything up.
Oh, I don't know.
All this stuff. Do you want my pants? It's supposed to be wrong.
He's coming. Good evening, everyone. We would like to reconvene the October 22nd, 2025 regular meeting of the King and Queen County School Board. Do I have a motion to return from closed session?
Madam Chair, I move that we return from closed session.
Do we have a second? All in favor, vote the usual way of voting.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? I now need a motion to certify closed session.
Madam Chair, I move that we certify closed session.
Mr. Hill made a motion that whereas the King and Queen School Board convened a closed session on October 22nd, 2025 pursuant to an affirmative recorded vote and in accordance with the provisions of the Freedom of Information Act FOIA. And whereas Section 2.23712 of the Code of Virginia requires certification by the school board that such closed meeting was conducted in conformity with Virginia law. Now therefore be it resolved that the King and Queen School Board hereby certifies that to the best of each member's knowledge, A, any public business matters lawfully exempt from open meeting requirements under FOIA, and B, only such business matters as were identified in the motion by which the closed meeting was convened were heard, discussed, or considered in the meeting. Do I have a second to certify?
Second.
Ms. Gonzalez, will you poll the board?
Ms. Gaines?
I certify.
Ms. Hall? Mr. Hill?
I certify.
Ms. Lee?
I certify.
Mr. Oakley?
I certify.
Do we have any motions from closed session?
Madam Chair, the personnel recommendations is in the consent agenda. No, ma'am.
Madam Chair, I have a question. I know the personnel is in the report, but I'm not going to vote for the volunteers because I have some questions about that, which is in the,
Okay. Thank you. Good afternoon once again. I want to thank you all for coming out tonight and joining us for our regular October school board meeting. This meeting opened at 6:30 p.m. and this scheduled meeting for everyone started at 7. Would everyone please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, are there any changes to the agenda, Dr. Carter?
No, ma'am.
Okay, do I have a motion to adopt the agenda as presented?
Madam Chair, I move that we accept the agenda as printed.
Do we have a second? Second. All in favor, vote the usual way of voting.
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
I oppose because Batch 3 came out this afternoon. I still have some questions because Mr. Cox-Smith is still on that bills. And the personnel, I'm not going to approve the volunteers because I don't have enough information to.
Thank you. Next, we have the consent agenda. Do we? No, that was agenda. Do we have a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented?
Madam Chair, I move that we accept the consent agenda as it is presented.
Do we have a second? Second. Ms. Gonzalez, will you poll the board, please?
Ms. Gaines?
Yes.
Ms. Hall?
Yes.
Mr. Hill?
Yes.
Ms. Lee?
No, I have given my reason on the personnel report and the bill bash and some of the minutes.
Mr. Oakley?
Yes.
Dr. Carter, will you now lead us through the presentation for this evening?
Yes, Madam Chair, I'd like to ask Principal Eddie to come forward and do the Senior of the Month, please.
Good evening, Madam Chair, school board members, community members. I'm going to invite Ms. Powell and Ms. Curl to come up and say a few words about our Senior of the Month, who, there she is.
Good evening. Kiki radiates kindness, positivity, and beauty. Because she leads with her heart, she makes sure to include everyone around her. Her selfless attitude and actions speak for themselves on a daily basis, but most recently, she was just recognized as the school's homecoming queen, a testament to her reputation within the CHS Tiger family. In receiving the honor, she made sure to say, and I quote, "Thank you, but at the end of the day, all of my girls are my queens." So pure class from Kiki Kelly.
Kiki has been a CHS spirit leader from the moment she walked into this building in 8th grade. She may be short in stature, but she is vibrant and big in personality. Her ability to put a smile on anyone's face is her superpower. Kiki is dedicated to her studies and helps those around her when needed, and she truly epitomizes what it means to be a Royal Tiger, and I cannot wait to see what she does next.
Mr. Smith says Kiki's such a kind, good-natured kid and always has a positive attitude in class. She works hard, stays dependable, and puts effort into everything she does. She's respectful, encouraging, and a great role model for the other students. Kiki has also been a savior during home games, working to sell tickets and snacks, assisting the athletic department, and raising money to support the program. She always does it without complaint and a big smile. We are proud to name her as our Senior of the Month.
She was also our homecoming queen. Kiki, could you invite your family to come up and get a picture with your principal and the two teachers, please? Yeah, scoot over that way, because I have a new feature now. I can erase you, but I don't want to have to do that. I know you guys are proud of her, aren't you?
Yes, we are. Yeah.
That's all right, you take your time. Can y'all squeeze in a little bit? You want this just the family first, or? Don't, I can erase it.
Come in closer, Taylor.
Let's give her a round of applause, please. Thank you, Kiki. Congratulations. The next, I'll ask Ms. Harley Woods if she would come forward. She will be working to present Principal Appreciation Month.
Good evening, Madam Chair, board members, Dr. Carter, and community. Tonight, as we recognize National Principals Month, I want to invite you to walk with me just for a moment through a day in the life of a school principal and assistant principal. It's a day that begins early, often long before the first bus arrives. The phone buzzes before sunrise. Let me start again. Early morning. The phone buzzes before sunrise. A staff member is out and coverage must be found. The principal is already solving problems before the coffee finishes brewing. Then the inbox. Messages from families, questions about a field trip, a transportation change, a reminder from the school board office, and a student concern that needs attention first thing. Morning arrival. By the time the first car door opens, the principal is at the door, greeting students, checking on staff, answering radios, and already balancing the first of many priorities. There's a behavioral concern down the hallway, a parent waiting in the office, and a teacher who needs quick reassurance before the day begins. Midday, instructional leadership. Between 9 a.m. and noon, the role shifts again. They're in classrooms conducting observations, reviewing student data, attending IEP meetings, and ensuring instruction stays strong. They're coaching teachers, celebrating growth, and sometimes just being a listening ear when the day feels heavy. Afternoon, people and pressures. Midday brings its own challenges, discipline referrals, difficult conversations, and the constant balancing act between empathy and accountability. There's a parent who's upset, a student who needs a reset, and a teacher who just needs a minute to talk. Through it all, the principal and assistant principal remain steady, keeping the focus on solutions, on people, on learning. Behind the scenes work. While the school hums with activity, the behind the scenes work never stops. Reports for accreditation, compliance deadlines, staffing plans, budget adjustments, event preparations, safety drills, and data reviews. Every detail matters because they know every decision impacts students, teachers, and families. Evening, the second shift. As the day ends, the principal and assistant principal's day rarely does. There's a family engagement night, a board meeting, an athletic event, or a late email that cannot wait until morning. They stay because leadership doesn't clock out. Closing, heart and gratitude. And yet through all the challenges, the long hours, the tough calls, the endless demands, they show up again the next morning with the same purpose: to lead, to serve, and to make a difference. Principals and assistant principals are instructional leaders, culture builders, crisis managers, mentors, and sometimes even the unofficial school nurse, counselor, and cheerleader, all in one day. Final reflection. So tonight, we pause to say thank you for the unseen hours, the unwavering commitment, and the leadership that holds our schools together. As Simon Sinek reminds us, leadership is not about being in charge. It's about taking care of those in your charge. To our principals and assistant principal, thank you for taking care of our students, our staff, our communities every single day. Thank you for growing our pride. So we want to definitely recognize each principal. So first we'd like to call up Principal Eddie to recognize you.
High school.
We entitled this, We Know She Cares. We know she cares as she drives in the dark for an hour watching the sun rise and set. We know she cares as she walks her halls and greets each teacher as they start their day. We know she cares when she peeks in to put a smile on our school mascot Janie Bug's face every morning before she scampers off to preschool. We know she cares when we call her in the middle of class and she's usually not in her office because she is in the classrooms or walking the halls, but if she does answer, she never sounds annoyed or put off. We know she cares when she grants us early leave when we have appointments or family emergencies. We know she cares when we apprehensively knock on her door to ask a question or voice a concern, and she never makes us feel like we're bothering her when we know she's busy. We know she cares when she makes sure we can get our dose of caffeine or sugar needed to get through the day. We know she cares when she calmly deals with students who need an adult with a cool head and sage advice. We know she cares when she does a push-up for every point scored by our football team.
We know she cares when she is quick to offer up some of her own funds when a student or staff member is in need. We know she cares when she participates in every single Spirit Day under the sun. We know she cares when she regularly participates in activities and school events that showcase her silly personality and kind heart. We know she cares when she encourages our students to use their voices in various leadership roles. We know she cares when she is willing to take a chance on a new initiative or suggestion. We know she cares when she fosters trusting relationships with our students, giving tough love when necessary, allowing opportunities for growth, and providing empathetic stability. We know she cares when she treats us like family and invites us into her home.
So, our dear Miss Eddie, you know we care because you have cultivated our family into one that is trusting, kind, and has purpose. You are a fearless leader, and we are better educators and people because you care. Thank you.
Well, we certainly received some words from staff members from Lawson Elementary. So on behalf of Lawson Elementary, Principal Bartlett, if you could please come up. Lawson Marriott Elementary School celebrates Principal Bartlett, a principal who leads with his heart. He is dedicated, approachable, and genuinely cares for our students, staff, and community. He listens, steps in to help without hesitation, and is always asking how he can support us. He understands the daily challenges teachers and staff face and meets them with empathy and encouragement. What truly stands out is his love for every single child. He sees their potential, believes in them, and reminds us all why we do what we do. We're so grateful for his kindness, leadership, and the example he sets for all of us, your Lawson Marriott team.
We know Miss Denver is coming down. Thank you.
Last and certainly not least is Principal Clark, lovingly known as Primple. Primple. That's what the littles call her. A few words from your team at KQES, and there's several. Our principal's heart shines through in everything she does. She truly adores each and every child in King&Queen Elementary, making every student feel loved, seen, and valued. Her warm hugs, listening ear, and kind spirit make each kid feel at home. She truly knows no stranger. KQES, and these are various quotes, KQES has really flourished under Principal Clark's leadership. She has built positive relationships with students, staff, and the community. Students are excited to show her what they have learned. Principal Clark is equally proud to see their growth. Way to go, Principal Clark. Amanda Clark is the heart of our school. She is friendly and approachable, always greeting students and staff with a smile that brightens everyone's day. Her enthusiasm is contagious. She inspires both students and teachers to do their best and to love learning. She's a good listener who takes the time to hear every voice, whether it's a child sharing a story, a teacher seeking advice, or a parent with a concern. She shows genuine love and care for our kids at KQE, celebrating their successes and encouraging them through challenges. Her organization and attention to detail keep our school running smoothly, creating an environment where everyone feels supported and valued. We are so grateful for her leadership, her heart, and the positive energy she brings to our school every single day. We love you, Principal Clark. And just a few quick excerpts from a few other things. Things like she leads with a heart, and it's clear she loves our students and makes sure they know it. She is a great leader who encourages, uplifts, and guides both students and staff. The students and staff truly adore her, and her dedication makes a lasting impact. Thank you for all you do. You are appreciated. Your staff at King&Queen. Thank you.
Is from Principal Clark. She will be speaking for October's anti-bullying month.
Whereas school bullying has become an increasingly significant problem in the United States and Virginia, and whereas nearly 20% of the youth in the United States are estimated to be involved in bullying each year, either as a bully or as a victim, and whereas an estimated 10% of elementary schools, 15% of high schools, and 28% of middle schools reported the occurrence of bullying at school at least once a week, and whereas bullying can take many forms, including verbal, physical, and electronic, and can happen in many places on and off school grounds. And whereas it is important for Virginia parents, students, teachers, and school administrators to be aware of bullying and to encourage discussion of the problem as a school community. And whereas the VSBA has developed a model policy on anti-bullying to encourage positive behaviors and to eliminate bullying behaviors. Now, therefore, the King and Queen County School Board recognizes the month of October 2025 as KQPS Bullying Prevention Month, with the intention that the issue of bullying and its prevention be discussed in classrooms during that time. Adopted by the school board on this 22nd day of October 2025.
Can I have a motion to adopt the October 2025 as Bullying Prevention Month?
Madam Chair, I move that we accept that October be looked at across our county as Bully Prevention Month.
Do we have a second? Second. All in favor, vote to use the way of voting.
Aye.
Anyone opposed? The motion is carried. Thank you.
Madam Chair, the next presentation is Mr. Bartlett. He has the next two. The first is a Lawson Mary instructional highlight and VSBA signs of success.
Good evening, Madam Chair, members of the board, Dr. Carter, and community guests. I am Justin Bartley, the proud principal of Lawson Mary Elementary School, and it is an honor to share some of the highlights that are happening at Lawson this year with our community. Oh, see the picture. So with our academic growth for this year, we are seeing some strong momentum in our upper grades. Our fifth grade scored a 65% pass rate for our reading benchmark, and our sixth grade scored a 76% on our quarter one reading benchmark. The division's cut score is 70%. These results reflect the dedication of our teachers to small group instruction, the use of Lexia and our VALS data to drive planning and consistent reteaching based on the students' needs. Students are showing deeper comprehension and ownership of their reading progress in both fifth and sixth grades. For third and fourth grade, we were below the cut score. We were at 41% for third grade and 38% for fourth grade, respectively. While we know those numbers are below our goal, they highlight exactly where we need to strengthen, some early comprehension and foundational skills. The grades represent a critical shift from learning to read to reading to learn, and we are meeting the challenge head on. For our math, math is definitely an area of focus for us moving forward. Our quarter one benchmarks across the board, third grade through sixth grade, were well below our 70% cut score. And the numbers make it very clear that we have some work to do, but they also give us a roadmap on where we should target our instruction. But overall, our data gives us a clear story, one of progress, purpose, and potential. We're celebrating the gains in English and language arts. We're tackling the challenges in math with urgency and optimism, and we're maintaining a laser focus on student growth. For our Virginia Literacy Support System, also known as VALS, and our VLP, Virginia Literacy Plan, these initiatives ensure that every student receives the right support at the right time by combining data-driven instruction, small group teaching, and intentional progress monitoring. The teachers are using ongoing assessments to identify skill gaps in phonics, fluency, vocabulary, and comprehension, and then design targeted lessons aligned with the science of reading. This year, our Title I specialist now serves as an instructional coach for teachers, which she is leading. Crystal Fox is leading our professional learning and modeling effective literacy practices across the grade levels. She's providing ongoing training and coaching to help teachers follow VALS and VLP guidelines with fidelity, and also ensuring that small group is done with fidelity. Together, VALS and VLP has become the foundation of our literacy block and our culture at Lawson Marriott, and these frameworks turn data into action and empower our teachers with proven strategies to ensure that every child is known by name, need, and by growth. And through this focused approach, we are building confident readers and lifelong learners. So for our instructional focus, for reading, we've implemented, again, small groups using Lexia data, which is an online digital resource for remediation, and of course our VALS and our reading plans that goes along with that. Teachers meet weekly or bi-weekly with PLCs to analyze student work and data and plan strategic reteaching strategies. And our instructional coaches are providing, or our instructional coach is providing push-in support for reinforcement in phonics, fluency, and vocabulary development. For math, we are going to put several supports in place due to our data. So we are going to look at our intervention block and see what we can use to build some recovery skills and some spiral review. We'll use Reflex and IXL, which are both online digital resources for remediation, and it's used for targeted intervention for specific skills. We're focusing our small group on the data that is presented from our benchmarks. We're going to increase some hands-on and visual models within the math block to support conceptual learning, and we also are putting an emphasis on fact fluency and math discourse to build confidence in critical thinking in homework and all around in our all-in tutoring time. So that was our academic. We're now focusing on our student and family engagement. At Lawson Marriott, we believe that strong engagement builds strong learners. This quarter, our focus has been on creating a welcoming, connecting school environment where students and families feel valued and invested in the learning process. So we have started off with our attendance incentive, which is our attendance is popping, where we celebrate students who have shown up every day on Fridays. They get a popcorn party every Friday if they show up every day. We hosted our Grandparents' Day, which has not been held in quite some time at Lawson, but we hosted a heartwarming Grandparents' Day event that brought families together to celebrate the vital role of grandparents, how they play a role in education. The students shared activities by creating a rock garden outside, and they enjoyed a great meal provided by our cafeteria staff. Tomorrow night, we will host our 3rd annual Trunk or Treat event where teachers and community members come together to create a safe space for students and families to have fun outside of academics. Staff, families, and volunteers will decorate trunks, hand out candy, and enjoy food and field games. Looking at some behavior on the bus, we have implemented some bus incentives where we are looking at positive behaviors on the bus. That is some unstructured time for our students. And so we are rewarding students with shout outs and reward cards where they can redeem homework passes, some sweet treats from the cafeteria, lunch with myself or a friend and another teacher. So that's just kind of an overall, and our Wall of Fame, our PE teacher, we do share the PE teacher between Lawson Marriott and KQES. And so he is creating or has created a Wall of Fame where students are doing physical activity outside of the school. We have 20 hours, 40 hours, 60 hours, and 80 hours, and students are recognized for that once they have reached those hours. So the engagement efforts have not only increased attendance, but positive behavior throughout the school, and it has strengthened our sense of community pride that makes Lawson Marriott such a special place to grow and learn. And then any questions on our instructional highlights for Lawson Marriott?
You
Yes,
said
ma'am.
the 41% of, you said 3rd and 4th grade?
Yeah, so 3rd and 4th grade, 3rd grade was 41% for reading, and 4th grade was 38% for reading. 70% benchmark pass rate. Yes, ma'am.
Is your curriculum on the computer, or do you have books?
So it's kind of hybrid. Our students all have textbooks in their hand where stories, nonfiction and fiction stories are read throughout the week. And then they have an online component where they can read on the computers or Chromebooks.
And on Friday, did you have popcorn? Is that all day?
So we typically start at about 1:30. So we'll call each class down and those students who are present. So if it's a 5-day week and they've been present all 5 days, they get to join at 1:30 for us.
Okay.
But you can come and join.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
All right, and then switching gears, we were very grateful to be a part of this, our success story at Lawson. This year, I really wanted to up the pride for Lawson Marriott, and I know there's been a lot of things, that's talks and everything about the schools, so I wanted to make sure that we focused on Lawson and preserving the history of Lawson. And so we took some time to renovate a few rooms in a few areas of Lawson Marriott. So at Lawson Marriott Elementary, we believe that a beautiful environment fosters pride, positivity, and connection. And during our Fall Beautification Day, family, staff, and community partners came together to refresh our campus to create some spaces to inspire learning and sense of belonging. So just to recap, we renovated our teacher workroom. So we purchased 2 conference tables and chairs to go around them. We painted and we set up everything so teachers have one place to make copies, to lesson plan, to meet, to gather, and that has been a major hit for us. Teachers have really enjoyed that. We've also created a dedicated technology workspace for our instructional technology director, or assistant director, excuse me. and also created some SEL workspaces for students. We've also planted some flowers and restored landscaping outside by trimming the shrubs, creating our rock garden. And we were very grateful that one of our teachers, her mother, donated a lot of time and resources to beautifying our gardens outside. And then we also strengthened our pride through hands-on service and shared purpose, just all of us coming together to make Lawson a better place. We're not done. We have another beautification coming up soon. So if you all want to come out and help us, please feel free. We'll put that information out soon.
Thank you.
Greetings, Madam Chair, honorable board members. It's always a pleasure to see you guys from this end of the podium. Last board meeting, we talked a little bit about the security equipment grant. I wanted to review a few more details about that grant, as well as talking about an upcoming RFP project for Central. One cool thing is, I know we talked about our award, where we were awarded $163,140. The data for the state has been released, and it is available on VDOE under the Security Equipment Grant. King&Queen County placed in the top 25 percentile of all divisions across the state in our award. And there's a lot of categories that go into the award, and that's not just the fact that we're rural or that we may have an underprivileged population. Part of it is specifically identifying areas that we want to make improvements and then applying for specific amount of money within those areas. There's 22 subcategories for the grant. One area that I really targeted severely was internal communications. This was per the request of Principal Bartlett and Principal Eddy. Unfortunately, we didn't get the award for Lawson Marriott Elementary, but we did get the award for Central. So with that, we're going to move forward in that category of internal communications, and we've placed the RFP. Ideally, the system that we're going to be looking at will be very expansive. We're talking potentially 200 speakers. It'll be external, internal coverage in every classroom. So that way, if there's ever a crisis or emergency, all internal communications will be heard more clearly. And the side benefit is not only is it safety, which makes it eligible under the safety grant, but it'll improve just the general quality of life for our students and staff members at Central, because they'll be more informed and they'll be better able to communicate with the front office and the front office to communicate with them. So we're very proud of that grant award, especially the fact that we landed in the top 25% of all school divisions across the state. Let's see. Now I have a lot of kind of other details in terms of the project scope itself. I don't want to bore everyone with those particulars, but if anyone has a question or would like information about it from the public, or if you guys would like more information, please feel free to ask me. Did you have a question, Ms. Lee?
Yeah, I do. So you say this intercom system is going to be in the office, so it'll go over the whole entire building?
Yeah, it'll be the entire building, and not just the interior, but also the exterior. So just for perspective, like right now, we do have some SIP network speakers for internally across Central. We probably have 30 to 40 speakers. So this would basically give us 5 times the coverage that we have now, to 6 times the coverage that we have now in terms of audio quality and accessibility, and that would include the exterior of the building as well.
So how does the system works now? Because I haven't been in the Central, during the day to see how your system works.
Yeah, so, and a lot of people may be familiar with the old speaker systems. In the past, you would have copper wiring plugged into old speakers, and you would have a relay system up in the office, and you would use that. So I guess that would be the old school method. In the new modern age, this would be all power over electric, Ethernet powered, so it would all connect to our local area network. So all of our switches would then feed out to Cat6 Ethernet cable, which will connect to the speakers. And this, the cool part about this is not only would you be able to press a button and talk, we will have a lot of areas where you could press and have a communication with the office, but there'll actually be a control software too What we're looking for would include 2 servers, a main server and a fail-safe server, and that would have an interface where someone like Jennifer Eddy, for example, could initiate a crisis, and she might, at the click of a button, a recorded message could go off. Police could be contacted. You know, if she wants to say, hey, we're SOL testing on a certain day, she can go into this system and she can say, hey, on May 6th, I want to make an announcement at 7:05. Record the message that she has. It'll play for her at that specific time, and then she can set it so it would disable communications both ways during that testing time period. So it just gives us a lot of control and flexibility by having that cloud control system and the server and having everything networked as opposed to being the old school copper wire.
Now, do you have any buttons in there for if there's an emergency in the class, a non-emergency, an emergency? Do you have that button in the classroom that can go straight to the office?
They're not in the classroom. Those crisis units, the Sentry units you guys may have seen across Central, those red boxes, well, if you haven't seen them, when you walk out of the building today, look around the hallways. We have about 18 of these units. You can go up to one of those and you can basically press a lockdown if you need to. So if there's an emergency, anyone can access one of those. Unfortunately, we had grant funding for that last year, but we didn't have enough money to have one in each classroom. So the best that we were able to do was get one in each hallway. In some of the longer hallways, we have 2. So those are all throughout the school.
So if a teacher have an emergency or a non-emergency, for example, they need to send John to the office and there's a non-emergency, there's not a button in the classroom to push that button?
If there's a non-emergency, what the teacher would do is use their phone. So in their classrooms, every teacher has a phone, and those phones are powered through Cat5 as well, so they can call the office from that phone. Those phones do also connect to an outside line, so they could call 911 from their phone in their classroom. They could also call the office as needed. This system would not put a button in every classroom, but there would be a button in the library, in the gym, in the auditorium. So some of the larger areas you would have the 2-way button, but the primary purpose of this system would be more for, I guess, your loudspeaker-like announcements, if that makes sense. So like things that are coming through the ceiling.
So it would be put in here too?
Yep, yeah, they put in here too. So yeah, this auditorium room right now, let's see what we have here. Got one right over there. So right now there's one speaker that's serving this area. Under this new project, we would probably have at least 4 speakers in this auditorium. So your quality and, basically just the ease of being able to hear the message would greatly improve throughout the school.
So you haven't picked a company yet, right?
No, it's gone out to RFP, so.
You're doing 3 bids?
We didn't, we just put it out to RFP, so the bid process has started now, so we're receiving bids now. So it'll be open for, I believe we set it for 24 days or 22 days. I forget the
Okay,
exact.
and my last question, did y'all do a need assessment?
We, for this one, we did a kind of a survey-based assessment. I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting to get an award in this particular category. And usually when we're applying for this grant, we ask for everything, ask for everything under the sun. So I was somewhat surprised and grateful that we actually received money for this specific category. So that was almost like a pleasant surprise. So very excited to be able to do that.
And it's only for Central, right?
Yeah, unfortunately. I also applied for the same thing for Lawson, but they didn't give it to us for Lawson, unfortunately.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Madam Chair and members in the audience, Virginia School Board Association accumulates points for each school board member that attends professional development to learn more about different things that are going on in the state. And their awards this year, and it's accumulation of 2 years. Ms. Gaines, you received the Certificate of Distinction, which has a little starfish pen, and we all know what it is when you concentrate on just saving one Starfish. Ms. Lee, you received the certificate of honor with the gold bar pen at the bottom here.
Thank you.
And Mr. Oakley, you received a certificate of recognition.
Thank you.
And Ms. Hall, you received a certificate of honor. And I received a certificate of distinction.
Thank you.
For the Central High School alumnus, after last month's meeting and the month before, I've had several emails, phone calls, text messages, and we tried to nominate Miss Celestine Gaines for an Advocate for Education Award, but now we are recognizing you as a CHS alumnus. Would you please come down here, ma'am? From the class of 1977. Anybody else here from the class of 1977? That's okay. I'm in trouble, that's okay. She didn't know that she was getting this recognition. She has been on the board since 2016. She has been board chair 6 different times. She is been a caterer for the community for 25 years. This lady can cook. She won't tell all of her secrets. Her mashed potatoes taste really real. I'm not sure they are, but they are. They give her credit. She has been an administrative assistant for Mount Olive Baptist Church since 2006. She was a convocation speaker. She is an advocate for our students, current and past. She has been available for anybody, and I can call her any time of the day. I don't think she ever sleeps. She was the Middle Peninsula Northern Neck Professional Woman of the Year for 2016. It is my pleasure to present Celestine Pollard Gaines in recognition for being the Central High School alumnus. And you know, she is a real hero. She really is. She supports the school, especially don't you ever talk about loss of Mary, remember? And you know, not all heroes wear capes. But she has an extreme tiger blanket that is so very soft. Look at that. We are very proud to recognize her as our Central High School alumnus in the class of 1977. And do you have any words you would like to say?
Yes, I'm sorry. I do appreciate it. I don't even know what I do. I love my life and I love what I do. My mom always said, "You're going to do something, give it your best." And when I saw my family walk in, I knew something was wrong. Because some of those things won't be at work. And so I knew something was wrong. But I want you all to know that I appreciate it. And what I do is for everyone. I support everyone. And I just do the best that I can do.
I would like to have her family to come up. They do.
said, I ain't never been what you talking about.
Would you like to introduce your family, please? My first granddaughter. This is Deborah Ray. This is Dwayne. This is my daughter. And your daughter and son. Kansas and Kurt.
Madam Chair, we have the school board comments.
We will now have school board comments, starting with Ms. Lee.
Congratulations, Ms. Gaines, on being 1977 alumni.
Thank you.
Thank everyone that has came up tonight. Mr. Bartley, keep up your good work. Maybe I'll stop by one Friday for popcorn.
All right, good evening, everyone. I would like to congratulate all of the people who received an award tonight, especially the Student of the Month. Mr. Bartlett, thank you for the information about your instructional highlights. Mr. Eddie, Mr. Clark, keep up the good work, what you guys are doing and helping our students. Ms. Gaines, congratulations again to, on your alumni
Thank you.
award, and hope everyone get home safely and have a good night.
You?
So congratulations to everyone. They got their awards and everything, and hope everybody drives home safe.
And you were our king at homecoming.
Homecoming king, yeah.
See, I told you it'd say something about you. To those that I sit up here on the board with, I congratulate you on all your awards that you got from the Virginia School Board Association. Ms. Gaines,
Thank you.
I point you out as the alumnus and being fooled that you didn't know what was going on. I congratulate y'all. The Senior of the Month, I see her grandmother's still in here. That is a big award to be picked at by your peers as well as by your teachers for what you do in the hallways here and in your classes. That says a lot about you. To the principals, I heard the poem or the thing that Ms. Harvey wrote or was reading that she had gotten from somewhere. Nobody knows what a principal goes through from the start of their day to the end of the day. And a lot of their days, I imagine they open their eyes and they think the days run together because that's how the days feel. So I commend y'all for what you do. Being a person who's still in education and been in it for 36 years, I'm glad you have your job. I don't know, could I do what you do? But I can tell you, this is a special place for all of you. The next one is for Mr. Bartlett. Thank you for your work that you did with your presentation. The good thing I liked was the part about the service learning, because I don't think a lot of people know that certification for schools is switching now. And that for you to be certified, or your school division to be certified, service learning has to be going on in your school division. And that can occur at the elementary level all the way to the high school level. And here you're coming out ahead of the game, showing things that you're doing and how you're trying to get our students developed in service learning. And so I thank you for that. And I wish everybody safe travels tonight as you go home.
Well, there isn't much left to say, I don't think, but we do appreciate all of you, all of our staff, and for taking care of our students and help them with their learning. It's a great privilege to be on the board and to see your presentations and what's going on. So I couldn't be prouder of King and Queen County Public Schools.
And I'm like Ms. Howard, as all have been said, I just want to add that I am thankful and I am grateful for all of you, because we know that your teachers, your principals, you are the ones who have these students all day long. And you are the ones who are mentoring them and teaching them to be productive citizens. And I just say thank you to all of you. I appreciate you all. Mr. Roger Broadus, congratulations on being homecoming king. And I congratulate Kiki on being the student of the month. These are persons from my community, and I honor all children, but you know I do love the ones that are in my community. I've seen them at church, I work with them at church, and we are on the right track. You know, we hear a lot of bad things, but our students are doing great, and we need to be proud of that, and we need to focus more on the good that's going on. Yes, there is always room for improvement in anything you do, but my main focus is our students and our children here in this county. And the principals, you all are doing wonderful. Mr. Bartlett, I'll see you tomorrow night with my trunk or treat. I have a whole lot of stuff I want to get rid of, so send them to my vehicle. And I want to thank you all once again. And Dr. Carter, you are in big trouble. But I do thank you for honoring me. I am a graduate here, and this is my county, this is my school, and I love what I do for everyone here. Thank you. We will now move on to the superintendent's monthly report.
Yes, Madam Chair, members of the school board and the community. I will continue to report out our monthly chronic absenteeism. As of September 30th, the chronic absenteeism for any student who has missed more than 3 days, they are in this percentage. King and Queen Elementary takes home first place for the best attendance percentage of 27.4%, which really isn't great, but it is the best right now. We'll take the little positives when we can. We need to get all of our percentages down below 15%. As you all are aware, if students stay for our 21st century, they do get credit towards the attendance, and this percentage does not reflect that. Central High School came in at 29.1, and Lawson Marriott, who ended last year with the best, is at 32%. And I'm sure with this popcorn party that he's doing, that his number is going to decrease. We have so many things to celebrate in October. We celebrated Custodian Appreciation Day on October 2nd. October is Principal Appreciation Month, as we honored our principals earlier. And I don't think it was listed as something that the principals do, but they also have to deal with me calling them all the time, or them having to tell me things. So I'm like, you got to tell me, because if a board member hears about this before, I've been able to tell them. So I do call them quite a bit as well. October 5th, our cadets were at the Crab Carnival in West Point, as well as the Walkerton Parade. And if you can see to the far right on the bottom, that was the drone that they had. That was an aerial view of our cadets walking across that bridge. I don't know the name of it. Maybe it's the Walkerton Bridge. So then they actually took first place at the Walkerton Parade. Today, as many of you all may notice, this is the staff, is orange, to wear orange for Unity Day for the Bullying Prevention Month, and several people here do have the orange on. Lawson Marriott's Fall Festival is tomorrow at the Trunk or Treat from 5 to 7, and King and Queen Elementary will be having a Harvest Festival on November 14th. I believe the time is the same, 5 to 7. And Central High School will have a trunk or treat on October 27th, which is next Monday evening, 5 to 7, and that's before a volleyball game. Oh, and tomorrow night is their play, is it? Our place. I'm not even finished. How do you know it's not in my report? Is it? I don't think so. Thank you. We have November 3rd and November 4th off school. Staff will have professional development meeting on November 3rd, and November 4th is Election Day, which will also be professional development and a work day for our staff. Community Pride Day started, I'm going to get to that. Community Pride Day started with the Spirit Week. There was decorating of the hallways, which the juniors took first. I can't remember the other ones in the particular order. I think it was juniors, sophomores, freshmen, and seniors were fourth. Anyway, also I want us to recognize that we had a JV football game, and it was our JV playing Essex JV, and we won 14-0, which was promising for us in the next few years. We also had Roger Broadus as our king, and our queen was Kiki Kelly. I'd like to also give a huge shout out to Julia Red, who's back there. If everyone please join me in giving her a round of applause. And Sergeant Major Howard and Sergeant Scott. We will be recognizing them next month. I didn't quite realize Miss Red was going to be here. But anyway, I'm glad she's here. So this past Monday, I had my first steering committee meeting with a committee comprised of board members and community members and staff members to talk and discuss the old KQES. This meeting was Monday, and there are 2 other meetings scheduled, one for November and one for December, and then we will be working on scheduling other meetings. The meeting agenda introduced individuals on the committee, and each shared some of their individual possibility ideas for the facility. Some of the suggested possibilities included Parks and Rec Center, Library Annex, a community center, daycare for seniors, YMCA for after school, GED, 4-H, Bay Aging, Boys and Girls Club, and one citizen said we need a swimming pool for county use. Yes. So we recently had questions from a citizen, and I wish to address some of this now. King&Queen Elementary at Shanghai has been closed for educational purposes for the last 2 years, and the students are currently receiving their education in the modulars located behind Central High School, and this is starting their 3rd year there. There's also, we have a cafeteria modular. This steering committee will be working on finding possible solutions for the facility. Next month, they will be touring the old KQES, and we will be discussing which parts of that with our maintenance director can we use. There is no set date to have a final decision for disposing or repurposing the old King&Queen Elementary. This will be decided after the steering committee makes its decision and recommends to the school board and the Board of Supervisors what their decision is. The school board voted in December 2024 by a 3-1 vote not to consolidate the 2 elementary schools. Yes, funding 2 elementary schools has been stated that will become a budget issue, and it is even currently now with our decreasing ADM, a funding issue, but we are making it work, right, Mr. Bartlett? So on October 13th, LMES had a visit from local firefighters for Fire Safety Week. What grade did they visit, or did they visit the whole school? Pre-K, kindergarten, got a visit from the firefighters. On October 13th, Ms. Doan's 4th grade class at Lawson Merritt was visited by members of the Chickahominy Native American tribe. On October 15th, Central High School Royal Tigers Band had a fall concert. Miss Whitney Curl's 11th grade English classes visited the Edgar Allan Poe Museum. October 13th through 17th was National School Lunch Week. Some events that we have happening in November: Fall Sports Banquet and the KQES Fall Festival. There has not been an official release of the accreditation and accountability results. I was on a Zoom this morning with VDOE. They shared there are still many errors and issues they're working out before there is a final release. I am very proud of the preliminary results which have been shared with me. We will be planning a State of Schools evening and plans for a huge celebration. We have had an anonymous donor donate the money to provide clear book bags for every student. I have spoken with the majority of the school board members, and they support this initiative. These book bags we hope to be able to give out to the students in December or when they return in January. They will provide faster access for students in the morning entering the building and extra security during the school day. These are at no cost to the students or families. It's an extra security. We have not purchased them yet, but we're looking, because we've had some people share that some students carry their Chromebooks or laptops and things, so we're trying to figure out the weight. King&Queen Elementary Schools, Miss Kelly Harvey and Rochelle Pullman, you look at me like you don't know what I'm talking about here, have been awarded the Virginia Department of Education's Excellence in Co-Teaching Initiative grant for the second consecutive year, receiving a $5,000 award. This grant recognized exceptional co-teaching practices. The Excellent in Co-Teaching Initiative is a competitive program established by Virginia Department of Education to promote and improve the implementation of co-teaching throughout Virginia. Each year, a select number of co-teaching teams are chosen to participate. These teams, known as Real Co-Teachers of Virginia, are identified to enhance current co-teaching practices and to share knowledge and skills with other educators. King&Queen Elementary serves as a co-teaching demonstration site for schools in surrounding districts. Our virtual academy that we established has 14 students enrolled in it now. Of the 14, 8 of them are new ABM students. We had one today register from Lancaster County, so we're getting them from all over. So I have a quote that I would like to read that is very dear to my heart and a philosophy that I go by. Great leaders are not the best at everything. They find people who are the best at different things and get them all on the same team. Thank you. Oh, are there any questions? I'm sorry.
No. September financial summary.
Oh, Ms. Jackson, thank you.
All right. Good evening, Madam Chair, members of the board. Can you all hear me? Yes. Okay. The remaining 3 reports on the agenda are all mine, so I'm going to start moving through them. The first one would be the financial summary. This is in your report. This is as of September 30th. So you'll see by the financial statement that as of September 30th, we have received $5,044,946 of the budgeted revenue. And as of September 30th, we have spent $2,814,277 of the budgeted expenses. So we are right on track with where we need to be for this fiscal year. And obviously, we'll keep updating this as we go forward and start to get reimbursements primarily from the federal grants. Does anyone have any questions on this?
I do. So we received on the budget $12 million. Is that what that mean over there? 12,198,686. Is that the money we received But that's,
That is the budget. That is not what we have received to date. That is the budget.
explain that a little further, but you mean that's the budget, that's what? So
This
that's-
was from our approved budget that was approved, I believe, in March.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am. And the county appropriates the majority of the local share up front, and then the state money comes in typically bi-monthly, and the federal revenue is usually on a reimbursement basis.
okay, so the county contribution is the first one, and then we have the local. So, when we go down to the Board of Supervisors, what money are we asking for?
So the process with the county, they initially appropriate, like I said, the majority of their share.
Okay.
But then I give them reports, usually every month with the revenue that we've received from the state. Even the federal grants end up flowing through the state, so we can pull those from the EDI and ELL reports from the BDOE website. The county's process is that revenue, the state revenue and the federal revenue, as we receive it, they then ask their board to appropriate it.
Okay,
So we have a number of different reports where we can show what we've received, and we're of course constantly comparing that to the budget so that we can adjust as needed.
so do that occur monthly, pretty much?
Pretty much.
Okay,
I mean, it depends on sometimes what the agenda is with the county, with their, with what they already have with their meetings, but generally it's monthly.
thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. All right.
And our activity audit will be back soon, I guess?
We are still waiting on the final report for the activity audit. I sent a message to the auditors and asked them when they thought we would have the final report, and they said that they would get it to us as soon as they could, but they did not give me a timeline.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. The next item on the agenda would be the fundraisers. This is also information only. This is the list, the quarterly list of the approved fundraisers. And I'm very pleased to see that we have fundraisers across all 3 of our schools for various purposes. So if you have any specific questions on any of these, absolutely let us know. Like I said, this is just for information only, so we can share what they're doing at the schools.
I have one question. I see where they have the fundraiser, but under the purpose, they have like one, school-wide general fund. And then the American Cancer Society, do they not put down what the money is going to be used for? Because they got a purpose.
Well, it depends. I know that the schools have various fundraisers where they are raising money for, maybe it's staff incentives or staff recognition. Both of the schools have little funds that they use for special engagement or parties for their students. Mr. Bartlett mentioned some of the attendance things that they're doing, the popcorn parties. Those are often some of the purposes of the fundraisers that are at the school level. And that is, of course, at the discretion of the principal with how they want to use the funds in their activity accounts.
And they're approved by
The fundraiser requests come up to the office and they're approved by the superintendent. The principal approves, the individual doing the fundraiser sends it to their principal, the principal approves, and then it comes up to the school board office and we review, and then Dr. Carter approves.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. The last item, the last report would be the September donations. This does require approval. And if you will review the list, we are pleased to see that we have some individuals that are noted. We have an anonymous donor, and then we have Thrive, and of course we have the Providence United Methodist Church. The donations are either to be split across all of the schools, or they were specific to a school when the donations were received.
motion to approve the September donations?
Madam Chair, I move that we accept these donations.
Do we have a second? Ms. Gonzalez, will you please call the roll?
Ms. Gaines?
Yes.
Ms. Hall? Mr. Hill?
Yes.
Ms. Lee?
No. Anonymous person. And then I have a question. We have a lot of school supplies that we receive like every month. Is there gonna be a cutoff time? Where do we house all these supplies? Because it was right, many came from the churches back in August.
Well, our students and staff go through a lot of these types of supplies, so we are always very grateful when we get them, even if it's later throughout the year. Depending on how the donation is received, we typically will take them and divide them up and send them to the schools, or they go right to the particular school.
Okay, do you have
And
a
then the principal will decide, do they keep them in the office? Do they share them with the staff? How they actually divide
So
them out.
you have a okay, once you give them to the principal has a location to keep these things just in case?
Yes.
You know, maybe John might come in and need them. Do we, so you
Yeah,
keep?
they have supply rooms, they have supply closets, they have space, and, you know, I'm sorry, children, if you give them a pencil, next week they will lose that pencil. So these supplies, we are very grateful when they continue to come in, even if it seems that we're well-stocked in the beginning of the year.
Thank you.
Ms. Lee?
No.
Mr. Oakley?
Yes.
Thank you.
Action items, Dr. Carter.
Oh, yes, action item for check signer. We currently want to have a backup person to be able to sign our checks. I did consult with, actually Ms. Jackson consulted with Taylor Stover, who is a partner with, he's a CPA with our auditor firm, Robinson Farmer Cox and Association. And we do have email correspondence that the HR director would be fine. We have other people in our office that, for certain reasons, they cannot be chosen. And so the HR director currently would be Dr. Ashley Edwards. We would like to leave it as a position, not as a person. I would need a motion, Madam Chair.
Do we have a motion to approve the Director of Human Resources as a check signer?
Madam Chair, I move that we have the Director of Human Resources as our check signer.
Do we have a second? Ms. Gonzalez, will you please vote the board?
Ms. Gaines?
Yes.
Ms. Hall?
Yes.
Mr. Hill?
Yes.
Ms. Lee?
I gave several reasons why I do not think that Ms. Ashley Edwards should be the signer. We have a financial person and we have a board clerk, so I vote no on the signer. Please notate that. Those are the reasons why I'm voting no.
Mr. Oakley?
I abstain.
Madam Chair, the future action items are a Central High School communication upgrade and the budget calendar. That's all I have, Madam Chair.
We now come down to the public comment period. Citizens will now have an opportunity for public comment. We will hear from citizens who have signed up to speak before the board. Each citizen has 3 minutes, and we ask that you please stick to an issue and do not call persons' names. We first have LaWanda Travis. And we ask that everybody be respectful and mindful. We do have children still in the building.
Greetings. Hello, Madam Chair and School Board. One of the questions was about the K-Cloud project, which was, will the system be professionally installed, have a warranty, and who will train if this system gets approved and installed into the schools? We'll leave it later. At some point, will the school board present a disciplinary report to the parents and the community about our disciplinary reports each month so that we know? and how the parents and community work together with the schools for any type of behavior issues. It starts at home, but then it follows into the schools. How often do our school board members conduct unannounced walkthroughs in each schools to report on what is happening positively and negatively in our schools, and how to improve school conditions for the teachers and the students? And the next question is, why does when we're doing the budget, because we do not have work sessions, when will it be presented to the community and the parents to hear about the bills, the invoices, and their budgets getting amended? And then, I don't know if you all were aware, Ms. Gaines, you may not remember it, but currently where the modulars are sitting, unfortunately, I hate to say it, they desecrated a field that was named to a teacher that we lost some years ago when we were playing softball. So,
Do you know that teacher's name?
Sarah Shepperson. She was our,
Last name, please.
Sarah Shepperson.
Shepherdson.
She was our softball coach. And I know they had to have a place for these modulars, but a lot of the alumni have, kind of talked about that. And, we hadn't talked about it in a while, but when a couple of them visited, they were asking about that, and, we just didn't know what to say.
Was there a
Excuse me, can
plaque?
you repeat that again?
There was where the modulars are sitting now.
Okay.
Ms. Shepperson was our softball coach.
Yeah, I remember.
So we lost her. The students and the team that were playing with her along, I don't know if Mr. Lee was the principal then, or I can't even think of the other principal's name right now. The students had dedicated that field to Ms. Shepperson for a lot of the stuff that she had helped students with some things. So I just don't think some of our history is not carried over. And I want to thank Mr. Bartlett for doing that up the county, because there's a lot of history in those schools, and that is what we're trying to do.
Thank you. Did you forward that? Thank you. Next, we have Sheila Pollard.
Good evening.
Question number one that I had, why aren't our questions and concerns addressed by the school board in the minutes by the next monthly meeting or any time they matter? That means the last time we was here, we had a meeting. The folks who came down and gave comments had asked some questions and things. So I guess when y'all go into closed questions, do y'all talk about that? So how come we can't get a copy or some idea how was the question answered? They ask questions, but when we come back to the next meeting, we don't have no idea what happened with the questions. Are the questions answered? Could we get some kind of paper?
Yes, the person who asked the question, they get the answer.
So it's not
If
shared with,
they choose to share it with you, that's their choice.
okay,
Thank you, yes.
all right. Next question. What is the Virginia lottery money being spent on, and why isn't it transparent in a line item budget? All the schools are supposed to be getting lottery money. How do we know how much we
Yes, they
get?
are supposed to get the lottery money.
Do we know if we getting lottery money?
I'm not sure.
Can anybody answer that?
I will get back with you.
Okay.
I will respond to you. Is your phone number on this sheet?
No.
I'll put my phone number on there. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Next, we have Jeff Williker. Bullock. Pronounce your name when you get up here. Yeah, okay.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen.
Good
It's
evening.
been a month since I got to talk to you. I missed you. Thank you, Dr. Carter, for your concise answer of the question. Thank you, Ms. Gaines, for your discussion of the question that I had. It was very meaningful polite and enlightening. I was going to ask about when we're going to announce that King and Queen Elementary was permanently closed. We just announced it. Is it ever going to go out into the newspaper to let the rest of the community that didn't have the ability to come to the meeting today to learn this? Also, how do I get on that steering committee?
You may email me and I will let you know. It's pretty full, but I'll see if there's representation from your district.
Sounds good. I'll send you an email. And the last thing I have is, why aren't the consent agenda items discussed openly at the monthly meeting? I don't expect an answer right now, but I would kind of like to know. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If there are no further business to be handled,